It's New Year's Day, and I just now finished gathering some eggs. I got 13 so far. It's 11:30 in the morning. Yesterday, though, we got our maximum so far at 27 eggs. But anyway, my parents came for a couple of days to celebrate Christmas and New Year's, and they just left this morning. But they brought gifts, so that was awesome, and my grandmother had them bring a gift from Louisiana, and it's very foggy because the rain started yesterday, and the humidity is 99% and 46% inside the house. I can't tell if it's the screen or the lens. Anyway, the cool thing is, I set it up yesterday. One of the gifts that my parents brought me was a sensor, and it has like a rain gauge and a wind or directional indicator, and the cups up there spin when the wind blows, and every 18 seconds updates a panel inside to let me know what's going on outside. And after 14 days, it's going to start predicting weather right here. So that's really awesome. It's going, because of Ricky, every morning I'm like, what's the weather going to do today? And he has to look it up for me. But now I can just go in the living room and look and see, and it tells me, it resets every night at midnight, and it tells me how much it's rained that day or whatever. It logs everything. Super cool. But that's pretty much it. Oh, and we installed some electrical outlets in the house, because the house had, I think, 3 or 4 electrical outlets throughout the entire house, and we came from a house that had 3 or 4 in every room, and so the things that we got used to having plugged in, like Sensi's and other random things that we took for granted, we couldn't use those things anymore, and we used power strips, and we filled all those up, and just to get, you know, a few things going, computers or television or whatever. Sorry, I keep wiping the screen. But we installed like 5 or 6 plugs throughout the house, and we've started spreading things out. Like, now that we have so many extra plugs, we don't even know what to plug in. But we've decided that we're probably going to stop trying to fix the house and just get like a double wide in a couple of years, because the more work that I do on the house, the more I discover is wrong with it. We didn't realize the extent of the termite damage and whatnot when we bought it, so we're just going to exist within it for a couple of years and then try to get something better. We can't even get insurance on it, which is frightening, since all we have are space heaters heating it, and our other option would be a wood-burning stove. If something were to happen and it went up, we would have nothing but the land, have to sleep in the barn with the goats. So it's an attractive rustic home, but it's too much to do. So that's what we're gonna do there. Kitty, what are you doing? What's that? But my dad, I was really excited because I think that was probably the best Christmas gift I ever got, was my dad teaching me how, his trade. Because now I know how to run wires from the electrical box throughout the house to do light fixtures or plug-ins or switches or whatever we want to do. It was pretty miserable though, because it's kind of cold. Not horribly cold, but cold enough to be uncomfortable. And I was underneath the house, and it's just dirt under there. It's a crawl space. And I barely had enough room to crawl. I had to breathe out or exhale completely to fit underneath some of the support beams. And I was the only one out of all of us that could fit under the house, so I got the lucky job of dragging wire underneath. But my brother came up with an excellent idea that we would tie strings to the wire and I could just crawl under one time and pull them over to where the electrical box is. And that saved me. I crawled into the house twice, and I'm horribly sore. I guess it's my age, I don't know. But the kitties were under there with me helping, and they were pretty startled because I was in their domain. But we have electrical outlets, and it's pretty exciting. We've been kind of just slowly moving things around, spreading them out, so that because we started getting so many things plugged in to keep ourselves warm that we were blowing the breakers. So it's really nice. Each plug has its own breaker, so we can run more things to it. So, but it's just cold and dreary. My dad and my brother wanted to help put some of the rabbits in the freezer, and I've been trying to mentally prepare myself to do that for months, and when it came down to it, my dad and my brother, they were eager to get started, and I just couldn't. Mentally it was causing way big problems. I was starting to have an anxiety attack, and thankfully they gracefully accepted my no whenever it came right up to that. So I guess I'm gonna have to find a way to get over that, because if I can't do it, I have to go vegetarian. And I don't think Ricky will like that very much. But I have to do something because they're eating so much, and I need to put them in the freezer. But that's where we are as far as that. Whenever we were planning on moving here, I knew what I would be getting myself into, and I thought I did. I didn't. I didn't realize, like when I was watching a YouTube video of someone taking apart a chicken, I felt nothing. I didn't know that chicken. I watched it get its head cut off and, you know, taken apart, and when it came time to kill the chickens that I've known since they were chicks, I had a huge emotional response about it. And we got it done 60 times, and eventually it got easier. But it never got easier watching Ricky kill them, and I definitely don't think I could have done it myself. But I spent a lot more time with the chickens than he does. I still do. Even these mean old roosters. I got my garden taken apart. I took down all the bird netting, and I've started piling it up over there, the dirt that's left over. You can still see the landscape fabric, and I've still got a little bit of dirt that I didn't get. So to get ready for this spring, we had a decent day, so I got started on that. But as far as the rabbits go, I need to find a way to desensitize myself so that I can take care of that. But today was not the day. I was eating eggs for breakfast, just like I do every morning, and my brother came in and said, "So are you ready to kill a rabbit?" And I immediately started thinking of these rabbits that every morning I feed them and I pet them on the head, and then I go about my day. You know, I only see them once a day, but I started having an anxiety attack, and I wanted to throw up, and I lost my appetite, gave the rest of my eggs to my dog. So, just not today. Oh, I guess I could use this opportunity to make a New Year's resolution. I suppose my New Year's resolution could be that I want to find the strength to do what's necessary to procure my own food, even if it's from livestock that I spend time with every day. This is the panel that came with the sensor outside, and the sensor is all the way out to my grape arbor, and this is all the way, it's very far away. It's the furthest I've ever seen something like this reach. But it tells me like the inside and outside. This is outside, this is inside, and it's 70 in here, 47% humidity, 55 outside, 99% humidity. And then it shows the barometric pressure. I can change through here. But this little thinking head, in 2 weeks that's going to go away, and it's going to start predicting the weather in my area. But every 18 seconds it updates the wind speed, which is what those spinning cups were for, so that's pretty neat. And it measures the rain each day in inches. So it reset at midnight, and last night when I went to bed it was about ½ an inch. So that's really cool. There's a way you can calibrate it so that it's more accurate, but I think it's accurate enough. So, pretty cool. I think one of the main problems that I'm having with killing the rabbits is because they are mammals. Whenever I was watching YouTube videos to try to desensitize myself, I had emotional responses whenever I watched an animal, a mammal, being taken apart for food. I didn't have an emotional response when I watched like reptiles or birds or anything else being taken apart. And I need to get over that, because if these girls give us boys, I don't want to keep boys, and everyone and their dog around here is trying to sell boys, and they're not selling. They've been on there for months. So I'm not going to be able to sell boys, and we've talked about eating boys and just keeping the girls, or trying to sell them, because they'll be registered. So I have to, if I can't get over taking the life of a small little rabbit, how am I going to take the life of something as intelligent as a goat for food? But my mom, you know, mothers are good for something. She told me this is the life I chose and I need to do it, and she's right. I can't just undo this. So I need to start doing it. Hi, Susie. I'm gonna sniff the camera. Sugar's leg's completely better. I'm super excited about that. She's not hobbling around like a poor sick puppy anymore. Wait, are you eating the branch? My finger's not yummy. Nope. Silly girl. Since when it rains, I feed them in the barn, and they're used to eating out here. I have these bowls like this that clip to the bars there, and that's where they're used to eating. And this morning, like when it rains, I don't feed them out here, I feed them inside the barn, and they don't like that. And so they act like I haven't fed them, and they come out here and scream at me. And they eventually get over it and go eat, but... Oh, Sugar and Sophie, both, kept getting their heads stuck in these holes. So I'd had enough, and I cut them all out so they can get their hay easier. And it's a lot better now. But they've started taking apart the tarp now that they can get in there easily. So I'm going to have to cover this with something else, because like it's all wet right there because they tore a hole. Are you rubbing your horns on me? Anyway, I need to find something else to cover this with, because they're going to get this like this, and they're going to eat it, and it's going to make them sick, and we can't have that. The woman who sold me the goats said that she knew a woman who, the goats, she would feed them the square bales with the twine stuff still on there, and the goats would eat it and get sick, and they had to take it to the vet to have it removed, and it was in their rumen. That's not good. Hey ladies. They want snacks, because usually by now I've given them a snack. The cutest thing that they do is whenever I have something good for them and I head for that barn, they prance all the way to the barn. Are you eating me? But I think they've accepted me as their friend. One thing they don't like though is whenever, like, occasionally I'll go chase chickens, like at night, and they see me running after those chickens and they don't like that. And so if I chase chickens and they see me and then I come in here, they'll run from me. I don't know if they're afraid or if they're wanting to play chase or what. They don't like running. People running around. Get out of there. Also, I don't know if you could see it. I had a little dot right here. One of the red roosters, the fence came open on that area and all the hens got out. And I decided to let them play for the day, and then they put themselves away at night, along with a couple of those red roosters who sit out there and guard. They guard it all day. See, there's two running around outside. And there's a girl out. Anyway, one of the red roosters stayed the night with them, and in the morning I went to capture him and get him out of there, and he attacked me, and he grabbed my face with his dirty, gross, stinky, poopy claw, and it hurt really bad. But I did catch him and got him out. But they're all doing very well, except for Crazy Head. I mean, she's doing okay, but she still has a crazy head. I thought about sending video of her silly little head to like America's Funniest Videos or something. Where is she? Hey, Crazy Head! Hey, little girl! She gets herself in all kinds of trouble. She gets confused and walks backward and stuff. But I have to watch out at night because she will get confused and not be able to get into the coop, and so I have to help her. Hey, little girl, you ready to go back in with your friends? I've already put you away once today. Mrs. Houdini getting out. Come here, little girl. I'll put you back. She's thinking about it.